Sì, ma che bello, ma che bello! Good morning everyone and welcome back to the Design Highlights edition of April 2022. For the new ones, I'm Andrea Pedulli, but you can call me Pedu, industrial designer from Italy. And with this series of videos I'm trying to share with you, comment with you, analyze with you and review with you different design details, products, new industrial design hot stuff that went out last month. Basically this is like a sort of quick review about the best of the month, let's say. On Instagram I'm keeping publishing different reels, like short version of these videos, so like you can follow me on Instagram and find these interesting little peels about design every week on Monday. I mean, let me know what you think about them. And now without losing any more time, let's dive with the number one. Number one of today's video, yes, it's him. It has to be him. In fact, the number one of today's video is the new Apple Studio. Everyone knows that Apple went out with this new entire configuration of multiple device, the Studio ecosystem. In terms of perception, I love it. I still didn't hear anyone that didn't like this design, but maybe the most superpower is not even the cool design. In fact, apparently the most interesting and incredible feature of the Apple Studio are the performances. Yeah, performances. In fact, the new processor from Apple, the M1 Max and M1 Ultra, looks like two monsters. They're able to resist to programs, rendering, video, tons of stuff, plugins, everything that you can throw on them. I'm not too much into the specs, I'm not that spec guy, like giga memory and all this stuff, so we're gonna move immediately to the general design. The general overlook is focusing again on the concept of pureness. We know that the last products from Apple were not totally pure. We've seen in fact some strong and robust decision in terms of details, patterns and iconicity. But here we're moving back again to the pureness and to this radical simplicity that Apple used to have for a while. And I'm totally happy with that. So the general design maintains the design of the Apple Mini. The pureness of the Mini, but in a huge and more strong dimension. The Mini has been like extruded into the vertical, maintaining the flat surfaces on top with the big Apple logo and these rounded corners. This solid is very architectonical in a sort of way. Vertical walls, really pure, it doesn't lose time with aesthetical details, it just do his job. And I think that Apple is maybe the only company in the world able to realize kinda simple design without even being criticized. If we see this product from an elementary point of view, like it's actually pretty simple, but everyone loves that. The material, it's of course aluminum, which immediately reminds us of the brand, and of course it's functional from a performances point of view. We know that aluminum has really high qualities in terms of heat dispersion. The aluminum case, it's helped from an extreme high quality ventilation system, which takes the cold air from the bottom, then the fans are able to push the fresh air to the processor, and then pushed out from the back. We have to imagine this system from a totally technical point of view. To perfectly understand how difficult and ingenious is this solution, we need to understand all like the technical constraints that the designer has to face during the development on this product. So let's imagine together the brief. Like the technical team comes to the designer and says, okay guys, we have 2 points that have to have holes for sure. So from one, the air has to enter past the internal elements and be pushed out from the back. That's it. Just do something, design something around this constraint. The solution of bringing this main body higher and hide the first fan here, it's a move that also facilitates the fact of having a lighter perception of the product. Just imagine of having the entire body to the bottom would have been like too thick. So in this way you don't even realize the presence of the fan, and actually you mentally connect this space here to a sort of small pedestal. The other fans then are on the back, as we are used to have in other Apple products too. And the pattern is composed by different holes that maintain the language clean. There are like no crazy experiment regarding patterns and strange stuff. Into the back, the presence of 12 ports are also able to graphically balance this side of the product. Every single part has its own space, distance, and the presence of these small laser marks are able to let the user understand quickly their function. You see how this composition here is extremely technical but indeed elegant. The front is just beautiful. The 2 USB ports and the SD cards are just perfect, also in terms of graphic composition. And one single white LED is able to let you understand everything that you need to know, that I'm on or I'm off. And the presence of the port for the SD is a strong and functional detail which let you understand that this product has been designed for a precise type of users, like producer, designer, artist, 3D artist, UX designer, video makers. This is a clear strategic and positioning move from Apple. Every single users like me that I'm used to use all of these kind of elements, will love the presence of this port here on the front. I think that this product with this extreme apparent simplicity, it's just incredible. Just a few words on the packaging. Everything is in cardboard that we can even open up and bring like a more immersive and complete experience for the users. The screen also is something that we don't have to underestimate. I'm not gonna talk about pixel, 5K, number of colors and all this stuff because I'm not that tech guy. I'm specifically a fan of the support base of the screen. This will be available in two main options, and the first one reminds us of the iMac with this aluminum inclined body, and the second one with this incredible joint that helps you having more freedom and possible adjustments during your workflow. And there is also the Visa, I don't know, configuration, which helps you in case of a vertical screen. So also the UX and UI designer will be really happy with that. But anyway, this screen is perfectly matching the design language of the Apple Studio, and them together looks like amazing. Look at here. Beautiful, beautiful product. Very good job, Apple. Very good job. Let's now jump to a more strange and crazy project. Let's go with the number 2. Number 2 of today's video is this 10-player Donda II from Kanye West. Kanye in fact decided that the only way to listen his new album Donda II was through his 10-player device. Donda. Stem is an audio player platform which gives the possibility of mixing different songs in real time with just a single and unique device. The object has a very curious shape and lets you the possibility of using it with just a single hand. The material is a rubbery silicone that guarantees a soft touch interaction for the user, so this item will be easy to control without the risk of being too much slippery. Let's say that you have to avoid to have a sort of soap bar in your hand, and so the silicone or the rubber is a perfect solution. The color is in dark beige, and this color is not that common in the product design world, but extremely used in the fashion world. We can see here the genius of Kanye, which is able to switch from the product design to the art, to the music, to the fashion, and so this incredible ability of mixing different words together, it's amazing. Maybe a pure industrial designer would have never used this precise color, so I'm really happy to see this mixage of different scenarios and words. The product is a very intuitive and rapid use. It has 4 primary channels, which you can control easily just by scrolling and swiping your fingers. Each channel contains a specific instrument, note, and predefined audio stream. Like one has voice, one has times, drums, distortion, loops, and so on. Each interaction area has many RGB LEDs underneath. These are able to come out in different gradients and shadows, empowering the interaction and giving you rapid feedbacks on what you're effectively doing. The feedbacks that this machine is able to bring back to you in real time are immediate and with a very low latency. This object has to be precise and has immediate feedbacks, otherwise they will never have and produce a professional output. A part of the main interaction, there are other primary buttons that can help the user. There is, for example, the volume button, which controls the general output that comes out from the product. These buttons are realized in the same colors and materials of the main body. Other buttons are like to pass to the next song or on the previous track, and the main button in the center brings back to the normal track without any configuration applied, like a sort of home button. In this way you are able to experiment with different songs, audio tracks, or whatever. The idea was like to being able to listen only the Donda II and remix it, but now you can apply, thanks to the USB-C and the aux, every single track, music, and remix that you prefer. I truly like the interaction of this device. Looks very immediate, rapid, intuitive, and gives you the possibility of try fast, make mistakes and try again. You adjust this product in your hands and you don't have to pass through a computer or a too much complex physical interface. You just can play with that, try quick and dirty, stop. Into the minimal packaging there are some graphic representation to how to use it, or let's say how to start, because no one is gonna tell you how to realize the perfect music or whatever. The cover is made in plastic and can be easily closed thanks to different magnets on the side, and inside there is only the space for the device. Like for the AirPods, you can easily transport it wherever you want. I find this device extremely intelligent in its way of creating new interaction for the user, really rapid, really quick, really immediate, that you have to discover it by yourself. For sure at the beginning won't be easy to use, but I think that if you learn and you understand it, you can easily create something incredible. This is for sure a very interesting example of smart device, and it has to be a part of the design highlight. So thank you Kanye for bringing this crazy stuff around the world, I really appreciate that. But now it's time to move forward with the number 3. Number 3 of today's video is the Insta360 OneLS, the new camera for the Insta360. Insta360 went out with their new model of modular cam that came after the first module, the One R. This new model, as for the previous one, is entirely modular, so you can easily assemble together relation to your needs, starting from the battery and creating them your setup. You can easily switch the camera, switch the lenses, change the sense of the screen, a lot of stuff. This design reminds me of course the one of the DJI Action Cam 2, but in that design was only a single module, while here you are more, let's say, dependent to the battery. So basically you have to build your own setup starting from the battery. And actually it's a pity that the battery itself doesn't have the hole and the screw for the standard connections. The case or the cover, it's able to grab all the modules that you decide to use. And yes, there you will find all the main connectors, screws and the standard GoPro. The cover, it's immediate in use thanks to a quick red button release that you let the possibility of install in a few seconds sliding from the side. The cover, it's almost open, like covering all the most important parts like the microphones, while giving you a compact design that it won't disassemble while you are using it. Also, the internal components are like in a pin connected to each other and you have just to quick insert into their sector and bang, easy connection. So this module communicates each other thanks to this pin, so like the two modules are connected by two pins and then connected again to the battery. This element here has the processor and the screen, while this one has the camera or the cameras that you can switch, and here's the battery. The main button here led to the possibility of start recording, and the color of this one is connected to the main beautiful and powerful red, immediately recognizable and iconic. For all the setting you can easily control through the touch screen, but also you can use your phone like to control your setups, what you're recording, everything from the app too. A very interesting thing regarding this modularity is the ability of being able to switch to a normal camera to a 360 one. So in this way, thanks to this extreme adaptability, you will have two cameras instead of one. Also, this 360 cam is able to make some magic stuff, like it's able to let the stick that you're bringing with you disappear. So basically, during some videos, like in this one here, it's look like a sort of drone and you don't even realize that you have like a connection that you're holding. If these two lenses are not enough, you can even purchase another one that actually has been realized in collaboration with Leica for greater and wider shots. Also regarding these lenses, I love the general overview and how these are curated in details and material. Look how cool is the 360 modules here. The perceived quality is extremely high. Yeah, just to remind that every single module of the previous cam are able to work in this composition here. Let's now talk about the general design. All the concept is based on a rounded square system. Both the assembled product and the single modules coherently respect this design system and language. You can see here that the main camera is following this concept, but then when it's integrated into the battery, also the final result created is against this shape. Not only the main camera, but also the screen and the eventually second camera are equally following this system. I love this solution in which these details are able to let you perceive this as a one single compact product. All the modules are made in a solid and rigid dark gray and black plastic, but for sure the battery module is my favorite. The high saturated red color led this to be easy recognized from the other modules, but also creates brand identity and brings iconicity and recognizability to the entire product. Let's say that this is the element who gives this product more differentiation into the market in relation to the competitors. Thanks to the shape and details, this is also perfectly graphically integrated with the other modules. Look at that, how here the angle it's able to follow and integrate perfectly the other modules' lines. Also the texture of this module is more rough than the rest. In this way it's possible to have more grip while you are using it. If also the battery module would have been like done in gray or black, the general overview, the general output will be really different, and I'm truly happy that they decided to push with this red color in this component here. The minimal packaging is similar to the previous model, made in cardboard, and led to the possibility of immediately see your devices. I really love when the company knows that you want to see your product immediately, so you just open your cardboard pack, see the product, you are happy, they are happy, everyone is happy, and yeah, perfect. So for summarize, this product has an incredible modularity, so you can play with the lenses, with the screen. It has incredible design details to be respected. The perceived quality is great. I think it has all the elements to be a part of the design highlights. So thank you 360 for this design. And yes, actually was the last one. Thank you everyone who watched until this point. I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to follow me on Instagram for more design related hot stuff. And nothing. See you in the next one. Press like, subscribe, and bye bye. See ya!